Hey yo, I got something to say. Welcome back to the channel. If you find this information helpful, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. I personally looked on YouTube for like a current Lexington Law review, and I really couldn't find like a really good real one. So for the past 2 months, I've been with Lexington Law, me personally paying out of my pocket. I'm a client with them, and I kept track of everything. So I can give you an updated 2021 and tell you why this is the second time that I use them. And this is why I think that Lexington Law is the best. The best. I can't stress that enough. Credit repair agency out there. It is expensive. I'm going to tell you that. The basic plan is like 90 bucks, and they have three plans, like 90, 120, and 140. The $90 one only disputes like negative items service and all that. You get a lot with the $90 service, the $90 level, but I'm going to tell you the main differences. The $90 level, they dispute and fight negative items. The second level fights and disputes negative items and inquiries. And the third level, the highest level, does negative items, inquiries, and they give you insurance like fraud or identity theft insurance, plus all the other benefits. But that's the main difference between all three. So I kept track of it, right? Like the end of February. At the end of February, I called them up, I signed up, and initially they just go over your review. You got to pay $15. It's like 15 or 20 bucks, I forget, but it's like I think it's like $17. They'll do a soft pull on your credit, and how do you want to proceed? Like, do you want to say this is not yours? You want to say this is wrong information? And they go one by one so they can start fighting on your behalf. So remember, I signed up at the end of April. No, actually, I'm lying because I have it here. I signed up on March 3rd. On March 3rd, I signed. On March 10th, 7 days later, they send out the letters attacking, you know, not so much attacking, but like sending out letters to the credit bureau saying, hey, this information is incorrect. Maybe an account's been warned you for like 8 or 9 years, and negative items cannot be on your credit for more than 7 years. So like, yo, it's been 8 years. Get rid of this. 3 days later, 3 days later, March 13, negative item removed on TransUnion. Remember, there's three credit bureaus. There's TransUnion, Experian, and Equifax. On TransUnion, it got removed, and I like to speak with evidence. If you guys can see that, I don't know. I don't know how people do it, but you can see it right there. Collection, what is it? Convergent collection account removed. 3 days later. Now what they do is that they can't send massive amounts of letters to all the credit bureaus at the same time, because then it looks like there's like a legality behind that. A legality behind that. Then they started challenging. Challenging is a better word than attacking. They started challenging Experian. That was removed middle of April. And a half later, it gets removed from Experian. I'm completely happy. I only had one negative account. When I used them years ago, when I was, coming up, I had many. I had, 10, 15 negative items on just one credit report. So there's three credit bureaus. I had like 45 negative items across all three, and they were getting results. And all right, so this is like the facts, like it works. It works. A couple other things that I'm going to touch on. There's other credit repair agencies, right? There's like the credit people. The credit people did a hard inquiry, right? I didn't like that because inquiries count towards your credit. They did a hard inquiry, which is going to stay on my credit report for 2 years. Inquiries stay on your credit report for 2 years. I stood with them for like a couple of months, and when I would call and ask them questions like, "Yo, what's going on with my case? How are things moving along? How are these challenges going?" I got attitude. I got attitude. But you can just tell that they really didn't like their jobs. I had like the credit repair pros, and by the way, these other companies got no results. You can at me. Credit repair pros, I believe, waste of time. Credit people, waste of time. I'm paying them bad service, not not getting any results. Lexington Law is the only company. Again, I tried Credit Repair Pros because it's cheaper. I tried the Credit People because it's cheaper. Didn't get results. Did not get results. Lexington Law is more expensive, but you get the results. You don't get a hard inquiry. They do a soft pull, so they still have access to all your information, but they don't do a hard inquiry which stays with you for 2 years. That's a plus. That's not mentioned in other reviews. If I'm treated bad, if I get bad service, I'm going to complain. Lexington Law has given 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10. Sometimes you do gotta wait. I mean, we're in a pandemic, and obviously things are more accelerated now, and there's longer wait periods than before, but nothing dramatic. But every time the people are helpful, people are knowledgeable, people will answer any question that you have, always willing to help. 10 out of 10. It's like the only company that gets a 10 out of 10 from me, and maybe like Apple. Apple maybe a 9 out of 10. So I highly recommend it. As you can see, this is from my own personal experience. I'm not going to tell you, hey, in 3 days they're going to remove negative items, but in my situation, they send out letters on March 10th, and on March 13th, credit union was removed. A month and a half later, Experian, the negative item, was removed on Experian. Credit score jumped up maybe like 15 points. It's nothing big. I mean, it was only one negative account. Um, so I highly recommend them. It's worth it. Takes time, depending on the severity of your, like the severity of your credit and like how bad it is. So that's my recommendation all across the board. 10 out of 10. I hope this helps. If you guys have any questions regarding Lexington Law or any other credit questions, let me know in the comments section.